Now we have more missile capacity than we did on the frigate. And we've got our morph ball and our bombs back, and our charge beam. We've got most of the stuff that we had before we got our stuff taken away. Except our shoulder pads. And the grapple beam. Freaking grapple beam. I always used to forget how you get it. I remember it now, but it's kind of a random place. Anyway, here's the stoned toad, as I like to call him. We are going to kill him in a horribly, horribly gruesome way. I have no idea what this thing is. Quite honestly, I have no idea what these are. There's like 3 of them in this room. And I have no idea what they're supposed to be. Energy spike detected. Oh yes. This is something we can do after we open the door by doing this little puzzle. The funny thing is, it's not pointing you toward an important power-up there, it's just pointing you to something totally optional. Usually those hints point you toward where you have to go next in the story, to get like an important power-up, fight a boss, that sort of thing. But that's just pointing you toward something totally optional. But it's still something we will do. Come on, to do this hole. Wow, that's never mind. I'm not going there. Basically, there's, I think, 3 of these little machines, and we just have to activate all of them. We go out and get that. The first one lowers the water, then we go out and get this one, which makes these platforms raise up. And so we come up on this ramp, and shriek that. Jump across the platforms. And that lets us get to this top thing here. I guess these are like generators or something. I really don't know. Watch there be something totally obvious that I missed explaining what these are. But yeah, activate the 3rd one, and it'll raise those platforms up, and we've completed the puzzle, so all this stuff will be done permanently. Basically, the water won't come back up, you know, the platform won't go back down. This machine is fully functional. What does it do? Who knows? Anyway, so here we can now go through this door. Here's another fairly pointless little connector tunnel. There's a lot of these in this game, just to separate, you know, space the rooms out a little bit. Here's one of these magnetic rails, which leading up to a morph ball tunnel, which we can't do anything with yet, and that'll lead into a more important part of this furnace room. Well, it'll let us get into the main part of the room where most of the important stuff will be, like doors into other areas. But if we go through this lower tunnel, we'll end up inside the furnace itself, where there is an energy tank. Yep, that's the energy spike it detected. It's just an energy tank. Not important at all, but it's a handy power-up to get. So, now that we have 299 health, always nice, we'll go back out here. Another thing I really like about this game is the soundtrack. Most of the songs are just sort of atmospheric, but they always fit the areas really well. And there are some places that just have amazing music. There's some good boss battle songs too. But I just think this is such a... The game is just so well put together. You know, it like doesn't have any glaring flaws or anything. Sandstone, by the way, can be destroyed with morph ball bombs, so we can just get under this tunnel and completely remove the need to tangle with those Aeons at all. Go through here, that. And we're back in the gathering hall. Let's see if there's a place where I can safely... There is a power-up up here somewhere, and I always forget exactly how you get it. Oh, okay, I remember now. Can't get it just now. We need another power-up that improves our jumping ability, actually. So let's come back down here and save. Game has been saved. Energy fully recovered. Freak that! I can repeat that noise if I tried. If I could repeat that noise if I tried. It's kind of a strange... Anyway, we're back in the Arboretum. And there's some stuff we can do here that we couldn't before. Actually, there's also some stuff we can do in some of these other areas that we couldn't before. So before I complete the stuff in the Arboretum, which will lead us to our next important objective, which you may have guessed is in this large room that looks very arena-like. Hint, 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 hint. I'm going to go back out to some of the older rooms. Can I make this jump? No, I can't. But I can only lose 2 health doing it, so... It's the next best thing, right? It's the... Ah! Yeah! Come on! Okay. I just suck today, I guess. That's a common thing, though. And I'm really stockpiling a lot of footage today. This is my first recording session of the game still, and I've decided I'm going to be recording like 6 episodes worth of footage here. If each one is somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, averaging about 15. I've recorded almost an hour and a half. I'm planning on finding a good stopping point around an hour and a half. Ah, that crap, scarabs. Oh, I really am being stupid today. Find a good stopping point so that we can keep up the episodes of about 15 minutes. Anyway, here we are back in the main plaza. There might be some stuff we can do back out in the Talon overworld, but I'm not going to go there quite yet, because we'll be backtracking through all these areas plenty of times later in the game. But I am going to backtrack through the other areas in the Chosen Ruins, where we can get new stuff. Go back through this path, into the area where we fought the Plated Beetle and got the Morph Ball bombs, or not the Morph Ball bombs, the Morph Ball itself. You probably remember, first off there's this half-pipe thing, can't do anything with that yet, we'll get a power-up later on. And also that door back there, which is accessed by magnetic rail. Another thing that we can't do anything about yet. I think they did a pretty good job of... I mentioned this before, that I think they handled the backtracking in this game pretty well. But I really do, I think they did a pretty good job of, of having sort of just the right amount of backtracking and preventing it from feeling too old. For the most part. So, yeah, our magical scan system that is working without us actually ever noticing it, except for when it gives us these messages, has somehow found the source of the toxins here. So, as you might have guessed, and as I strongly hinted at, so there really wasn't even any guessing to do, that's our next big objective. Which, of course, has a big boss fight. But, in the meantime, got stuck on the rock. Stuck on the rock, that's kind of odd. Stuck in a rot. Stuck in a rot. Stuck in a rot. Anyway, another missile tank, always good. I keep calling them missile tanks just because it's shorter. Technically, in this game they're missile expansions, but in other games they're missile tanks. Doesn't really matter. Semantics. Not even that. It's just totally insignificant, really. And scarabs. Freaking scarabs. Yep. That is a noise I probably could repeat. Oh. Yep. Because Samus must do a Captain Falcon impression at some point. Can't do without it. So anyway, now we're going to go back towards scarabs. They're everywhere. Aeons, which we can actually destroy now, not that it really matters. Since they respawn anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference whether you destroy them or just stun them. But, anyway. Oh, I actually forgot that there's something we can get right in this room here. These sandstone blocks. There's a missile expansion over there that we can get through. Okay, well first let's take out all these enemies so we're not getting interrupted by war boss strikes while we're trying to do all this multiple stuff. Okay, there we go. So, we get to the missile expansion with Morph Ball, but first we have to go around and bomb some stuff to create a path. We go in there and destroy that block, which causes that heavy metal block that we can't destroy to fall down and create a path. So now we just come up here and destroy these blocks that are in our way. And you'll see, of course, there's us jumping using the Morph Ball bombs. We'll be doing that all the time throughout this game. It's kind of a key aspect of the mode of transportation. Freaking scarabs. One of the more irritating enemies in this game, I would say. Yes, here's another place where there's stuff for us to get. Wow, we can already carry 30 missiles. We're doing a pretty good job of this, if I do say so myself. Here's this Morph Ball tunnel that was here. Go through here, and there's a missile expansion just right in the tunnel. So now, and we just come out the other end. There, we could just go in either entrance. Now we can already carry 35 missiles. I really do think I'm doing kind of a good job of keeping up with all these power-ups. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how I did with those in my practice run, because I mean, I did the practice run to get myself reacquainted with the game so that I would be knowledgeable when I did my Let's Play, but I've played it so much in the past that I already knew where a whole lot of power-ups were. Sorry, just checking on something here. About time to call it an episode soon. Honestly, it's about time for me to call it a night. But I'm just gonna go through and see if there's anything I can do in this tunnel as of yet. I'm gonna get pushed up by these pistons. Commentary. Huh, well, what do you know? We're here already. This is an entrance to Magmore Caverns North. It's a new area, but we're not going to visit it just yet. Because, well, it would kill us. Plain and simple. Magmore Caverns, as implied by the name, because, you know, Magmore sounds like magma, of course, it's a very hot area. And we will take damage just by stepping into one of those hot lava-filled rooms. Magma-filled, I guess, not lava, because it's underground. Until we get a suit upgrade from our next major boss fight that I've been hinting at. But in the meantime, we can come through here to this vault and get a missile expansion now that we have the Morph Ball bombs. These things have metal grates blocking them. These are just locking mechanisms. It's not much of a lock because it doesn't require you to know a password or anything like that. All you have to do is go in these and bomb. So, really, anyone who happens to have a suit of armor with Morph Ball capabilities and bombs can just rock the ball. Because, you know, everyone has those on Talon 4, right? There is an example of double jumping using Morph Ball bombs. Not that easy, at first. At least, I used to have a lot of trouble with it. It comes pretty easily now. There's a Chozo lore over there to scan. Did I miss the Chozo lore in the watering hall? I feel like I may have. Anyway, here's a missile tank. Got 40 missiles here. Let's scan this. Our sanctuary grows by the day. We Chozo know much of technology, but we have chosen to leave it behind on this journey. Our home here on Talon 4 will be a place of simplicity. Structures honed from the stone, hewn words, bridges woven with branches, hallways caressed by pure waters. Very poetic. We build around ancient and noble trees, drawing from their strength and giving them our own in return. All that is wild will flow around us here. Our race will be just one more group of creatures in the knit of nature. It is our hope that such a state will bring with it great wisdom, a greater understanding of the nature of the universe. Once our city here is complete, we will peer inward and discover the truth. Okay, Mr. Thoreau, well, I mean, simplifying, getting in touch with nature is probably great for, learning stuff about yourself, but I don't think it's really the best way to learn the truth about the universe. I think that happens from advanced science. Just a thought. Anyway, we saw this earlier from in the main plaza, which we are now back in, of course. There's an energy tank there. So now we have 399 health. Very, very nice. So I'm just gonna shoot that war wasp, because he was getting on my nerves. Just had a thing out for that particular war wasp. Had beef for him. Yeah. I threw a stake at him. And he died. I'm a stylish killer. Okay. Sometimes they make so much sense, I confuse myself. I really should have followed that up with something. It just sounded awkward. But hey, awkward is my middle name. Joe Awkward Nufferdog. Yeah, I've decided not to give away my last name. Just, you know, for online privacy reasons. YouTube, last name. Yeah. But I will let you know that my first name is Joe. Anyway, actually, I'm not going to do the thing in the Arboretum here yet. I'm going to go save. The Arboretum puzzle with the runic symbols will wait until the next episode, because this one is starting to run a bit over time, I believe. Issue I have with this game that we'll probably see more of later, hasn't been too prominent so far. Those doors are actually, the way they disguise the loading times in this game is by having the doors simply not open until the next room is loaded. Which is a nice way of making it more seamless and natural seeming than having an actual load screen, but it can be annoying and potentially deadly if the door simply won't open even after you shoot it. But anyway, I need to stop talking because it's late. I need to stop recording. So, I'm the Nufferdog, and I will see you guys next time.